Kelly is sending a message from prison demanding people leave his music alone. Kelly complains about his health, loss of his career, and his family.
R. Kelly has a lot to say behind bars, and some of his revelations are serious. The disgraced singer is finally facing the repercussions for his choices of intimate partners. R. Kelly's recent revelations throw some interesting allegations Jay-Z's way. With Diddy facing serious charges for sexual assault, trafficking, and other illegal activities, many are left wondering if R. Kelly hopes to start legal problems for Empire State of Mind singer. What does R. Kelly have to say about Jay-Z? Is there any truth to it? Come along as we find out what R. Kelly said from jail. R. Kelly breaks his silence from behind bars. R. Kelly seems to have a lot to say recently about Jay-Z, and it's not good things. Whatever the reason, there is no denying that he is causing a stir among music fans everywhere. However, R. Kelly has been incarcerated for some time now. People are eager to hear what R. Kelly has to say, and he is speaking out from the confines of the jail where he is currently being held. The I Believe I Can Fly singer's name has been in the news for all the wrong reasons over the past few years due to the serious claims of sexual misconduct that have left the once celebrated artist a social pariah who no one wants to touch with even a 10-foot pole. The artist claims that Jay-Z was involved in the process of getting him put behind bars. While that might seem crazy, there have been rumors going around about juror misconduct, suggesting that there may have been some covert activities going on during the trial. Do you think it's possible R. Kelly's imprisonment was due to none other than Jay-Z himself? According to R. Kelly, his present predicament behind bars was influenced by a documentary that was directed by none other than Jay-Z himself. It certainly looks like a real-life drama unfolding before our very eyes. He felt, for whatever reason, that Jay-Z was attempting to throw him to the dogs. At the point when R. Kelly was making his allegations about Jay-Z, his lawyer was appealing his conviction. You heard correctly, there seemed to be more to his decision to speak up than just his conviction. It seemed he was trying to pull a complete about-face. His legal team was claiming that 2 jurors who watched the program shouldn't have been in the vicinity of his case at all. But more on R. Kelly's attempt at overturning his conviction later. But why does Jay-Z have it against R. Kelly enough to conspire to put him in jail? Well, according to R. Kelly, it has everything to do with his lawsuit against Jay-Z in 2004. It would seem that Jay-Z was not particularly happy that R. Kelly had leveled a lawsuit against him in a case worth $75 million. It seems like something out of a movie, doesn't it? Based on some claims, Kelly is rumored to be in secret relationships with a number of well-known people. He believes that these people abandoned him when he most needed their help, and as a result, he feels obligated to find out the truth about their behavior. One could say that this is a case of cold vengeance. There are a few pieces of evidence that indicate this list includes a rapper and a well-known singer. This data is derived from multiple sources. Based on some sources, in an attempt to shorten the time he spends behind bars, R. Kelly and his group are working with federal officials to expose these people. It's likely that you are already aware of the most recent case involving R. Kelly. Due to his actions, including those involving inappropriate relationships and charges of sexual misbehavior, particularly with females under the age of 18, he is facing serious consequences. We will go into his crimes later in the video, but Kelly is hoping that by presenting evidence against other celebrities who are alleged to have participated in similar sexual misconduct, he will be able to reduce the term that he is currently serving. The allegations against Jay-Z. The Happy People singer made some serious accusation against Jay-Z, claiming that he has behaved in a manner akin to that of a deviant. This one is even more concerning than the previous accusation that Kelly made against Jay-Z, claiming sexual misconduct. Why would R. Kelly accuse his friend and fellow musician of committing such a horrible crime? Nevertheless, according to Ronnie Bowe, another friend of Kelly's, there is a sense of injustice in the fact that only Kelly seems to be bearing the brunt of the charges when Jay-Z is the one who has been accused of such a horrible crime. If what R. Kelly is alleging has some truth in it, Some people think he would be implicating himself. Those who are watching the drama unfold are under the impression that tolerating wrongdoing is equivalent to being guilty of the same crime. A person is not considered innocent if they witness a crime but take no action to stop it from happening because they were complicit in allowing the crime to occur. This is the point at which things start to get quite alarming, since some people think that Kelly is even more accountable for the crime than the person who committed it. In order to provide more evidence in support of their viewpoint, some fans have developed the theory that those who stay silent could be hiding something from the public. This theory is backed by evidence that they fear if they speak out against the atrocities they witness, they will be accused of participating in similar acts. In addition to blaming Jay-Z, some fans have also brought up past accusations against him in addition to current allegations. Take into consideration the accusations made against Jay-Z concerning Aaliyah and Foxy Brown as an example. The rumors that are currently circulating claim that Jay-Z dated these young women. They also claim that stories that have been going around for a long time is that Jay-Z first connected with Foxy Brown when she was only 14 years old, even though he was a young man of 24 years old when they finally became romantically linked. It is definitely unsettling. To put it another way, Hollywood is the place where some questionable acts are allowed to occur due to certain circumstances. To make matters worse, after these allegations were made public, something really interesting happened. Jay-Z seemed to respond. In the song Picasso Baby, Jay-Z addressed them saying, "I never stuck my C in the Fox's box, but damn, if I ain't open up Pandora box, they'll try to slander your man on CNN and Fox." The response to these rumors was the song Picasso Baby, which Jay-Z wrote. Foxy claimed in an interview that the situation did not particularly thrill Jay-Z, and that she had been advising Jay to deny the accusations. She eventually revealed the truth and said she was shocked when he responded to the allegation in that way. Foxy revealed that she and Jay-Z used to laugh at the rumors that they had a past beyond music. According to Foxy, things took an unexpected turn when, at the age of practically being a child, she felt compelled to share about the awful comments she remembered seeing at one point in her life. She also claimed that she was feeling hot under the collar due to people making comments about her age, and she thinks Jay decided to address it for that exact reason. At that point, when she heard Jay-Z's response, she admitted that she was taken aback. Since he had to reach out to convey that, whatever had resonated with him had to be meaningful. Shouldn't we also add that it was a little strange? To put it another way, even though she was allegedly involved and only a teenager at the time, she is supporting him as an adult. There is a lot of mystery surrounding this, especially when one considers the whole context in order to shed more light on the situation. There is no question that this is a very important subject to examine, assuming that the reports are accurate. However, it is vital to highlight that the concept of consent does not actually apply to this circumstance because she was a minor at the time. In contrast, Jay-Z has not given much information about his relationship with Aaliyah. Instead, Damon Dash, his former business partner, has revealed information about it. Jay-Z had his eye on Aaliyah, but she didn't show any interest in him. In the end, Dash was the one who won her love. Damon Anthony Dash had previously been a co-founder of Rockefeller Records. Despite the fact that the case involves a complicated web of accusations and charges, it does really raise some serious concerns about accountability and responsibility. At the same time, there were rumors that Jay-Z was trying to compete with the singer. However, this claim was never believed because it was unsupported by any evidence, and the allegation that has been stuck on Jay-Z until this day is the death of Aaliyah. Even some of Jay-Z's most dedicated fans began to question the moral fortitude of their beloved public figure. Some admirers believe that Jay-Z gave up Aaliyah to enable Beyoncé to become a celebrity who is admired worldwide. Reactions to the allegations against Jay-Z. Fans have expressed their disapproval of the situation, with a sizable portion of them calling for Jay-Z to be removed from his position. Some of them questioned the reasoning behind Jay-Z's partnerships with R. Kelly, knowing full well that he was interested in getting young girls out of it, sleeping with them without their consent, and transporting them to other men. One of these was Damon Dash, who couldn't understand why Jay would work with R. Kelly on two different projects, when it was known that the disgraced R&B star had married Aaliyah when she was just 15 years old. He insisted that he didn't want any money from their partnership, and that Aaliyah's charity should receive his share of the earnings. Damon Dash expressed his frustration with Jay-Z's continued collaboration with R. Kelly. "I told them, just don't put my name on that. I don't want any money from that, if at all possible. Jay had dated my girlfriend Aaliyah before, so I simply could not believe that he had collaborated with her on a project." Jay-Z and R. Kelly were friends in the music industry in the years prior to the start of their dispute in 2004. During the height of R. Kelly's trials for child sexual assault and other industry-related misdeeds, they had worked together on a few projects. Many celebrities have called Jay-Z a scammer. Many people distanced themselves from R. Kelly after he was called out for his inappropriate sexual behavior. However, Jay-Z and Beyoncé did not join the group of people who did so because they refused to criticize R. Kelly in public or in private, leading to rumors that they were likely complicit in his illegal activities the entire time. Supporters attempted to shield their favorite celebrity by claiming that he was not aware of R. Kelly's illicit actions. These fans claimed that they were just business associates who had only met in 2002 to conduct business and had no personal connection to one another. However, Nas claimed in a Wendy Williams interview that he and Jay-Z knew what was going on with R. Kelly, a claim that completely undermined the credibility of the original statement, the story that has been previously told. Nas distanced himself from R. Kelly and chastised Jay-Z for pretending to be unaware of Kelly's transgressions. Even after Kelly was charged with having sex with a minor, Jay-Z and R. Kelly went on to work together and even sang each other's praises, demonstrating to the outside world that there is more to life than just music. According to a source from the Chicago Tribune, Jay-Z remarked about their record Best of Both Worlds, comparing it to the act of Martin and Malcolm getting together around the same time. When two anonymous women came forward with accusations that the R&B star had sexually assaulted them against their will when they were between the ages of 13 and 18, the police quickly decided to abandon their investigations into the separate incidents. Jay-Z was the first to learn of R. Kelly's indictment and responded, "I got love for the dude. The only thing I can do is hope and pray that he is not guilty if he is. I really wish that everyone will give him a hug." After Kelly was released, Jay-Z continued to work with him despite other celebrities avoiding him due to his previous actions. Kelly was charged with collecting films of juveniles who were not wearing clothes. Even celebs like Damon Dash called him out for his work with Kelly. After the release of their joint album, Unfinished Business, in 2004, the two artists went on to tour together. It is widely believed among commentators that the two were in love with one another, and many others thought that the only reason Jay continued to interact with Kelly was because of the financial benefits. Damon Dash even claimed that he stopped talking to Jay because he thought the rapper ought to have stopped working with Kelly by this point. According to a representative for Jay-Z's team, the first two shows they did in Chicago alone would earn them roughly $1.6 million. After that, many fans claimed that Jay had put money before his reputation and brand, and some even thought he was accountable for R. Kelly's illegal activities. Among them, one spoke the thing. "I agree with anything he stated regarding Jay-Z. Bad blood between Jay-Z and R. Kelly." Rapper Jay-Z was sued for $75 million by singer R. Kelly in 2004. Kelly claimed that Jay-Z used violence to stop Kelly from their national tour out of jealousy and spite. According to the breach of contract lawsuit, Kelly's larger salary may have upset Jay-Z. According to court documents, the hostility resulted in intentional lighting errors and other technical issues, aggression against Kelly, and threats to get the promoter to fire him. And further defendant identified is the promoter. Kelly, who at the time had the biggest song in the country with I Believe I Can Fly, said that one of Jay-Z's friends had attacked him with pepper spray at Madison Square Garden. Kelly was treated at a hospital and later discharged. Atlanta Worldwide Touring, the tour's promoter, dismissed Kelly shortly after. He was in the middle of a 40-city tour with Jay-Z, which had been marred by postponed gigs and rumors that the two would not communicate. Atlanta Worldwide announced at the time that the tour had been canceled. Uncertain about whether the rapper would attempt to fill the remaining dates as a solo act, Jay-Z's spokesperson stated. In 2004, when Jay-Z was about to take over Island Def Jam Records, a statement was released from the record blaming Kelly's lack of professionalism and unpredictable behavior for the tour's postponement. Kelly's court filings indicated that the two musicians' disagreement stemmed from Kelly's bigger profit share, which was 60% of the first $15 million generated compared to 40% for Jay-Z. Kelly's lawsuit claimed that by engaging in a pattern of wrongful conduct to persuade the promoter to exclude Kelly, Jay-Z and his friends turned the tour into a nightmare. Kelly filed a complaint alleging the attack and seeking $60 million in punitive damages in addition to $15 million in compensatory damages. While there was no report of the outcome of this lawsuit, it is likely that an out-of-court settlement was met, and that, according to Kelly, had left Jay-Z feeling slighted enough to orchestrate Kelly's downfall and complete disgrace. And while his story is very interesting, it begs the question of Kelly's ability to take responsibility for the crimes he actually committed. If indeed Jay-Z influenced his conviction with a documentary, how about his actual crimes that led him to the trial? Did Jay-Z also orchestrate that? The sins of R. Kelly. Following a jury's verdict in February 2023 that R. Kelly had manufactured 3 recordings of himself sexually abusing his 14-year-old goddaughter, a federal court sentenced Kelly to 20 years in prison for child sex offenses. The judge's decision to have the majority of Mr. Kelly's jail sentence serve concurrently with his prior 30-year sentence, which he had gotten after a Brooklyn jury had found him guilty of racketeering and sex trafficking, was a win for the defense. He was found guilty of 6 of the 13 allegations against him related to sexual abuse in the 1990s by the Chicago jury. These accusations included 3 counts of forcing 3 juveniles into sexual activity and 3 counts of creating sex recordings featuring a kid. He was found not guilty of 2 further counts of luring children into having sex, as well as 1 accusation that he had tried to hinder a previous investigation into his abuse of the goddaughter. The singer's lack of remorse was used by federal prosecutors to argue that Kelly should have received an additional 25 years in jail on top of his previous sentence because he would be a threat to society if released. Jennifer Bonjean, R. Kelly's attorney, contended that although her client was likely to die in prison, he wouldn't be a threat as he aged. In court, Judge Harry D. Leinenweber expressed agreement, stating that he did not believe R. Kelly would likely repeat the same offenses in his 80s. The judge admitted that had the Chicago trial taken place first, he would have imposed a harsher penalty. Similar to the trial, Kelly declined to testify during the sentencing hearing and stayed mostly silent. Considering the possibility of an early release due to good behavior, Kelly may be able to leave jail in his late 70s. The decision ends a protracted legal dispute in Chicago, where Kelly was formerly proud to be a native of the south side of the city. When he was found not guilty in 2008 of creating images of his goddaughter being sexually abused as a youngster, some jurors told reporters that their decision was swayed by the young woman's lack of testimony. She had disputed to a grand jury that she was the subject of the controversial video, which the prosecution claimed showed Kelly assaulting her sexually and peeing on her. But in this trial, which came after renewed criticism of Kelly's treatment of young women and girls due to the documentary Surviving R. Kelly, things took a turn for the better. The woman testified that she was the minor victim of abuse in 3 videos, clips of which were shown to the jury. The woman's attorney, Jane, made a statement in court detailing the impact that the recurrent sexual abuse had on her life. She asked that R. Kelly be imprisoned for as long as the law allows. Ms. Bonjean had pushed for the minimum 10-year prison term, claiming that Kelly's history of childhood sexual abuse and his intellectual disabilities shed some light on why he engaged in inappropriate relationships. She also stated that she was appealing the convictions in both Brooklyn and Chicago. Even if Mr. Kelly's defense team is successful in its appeal of the Brooklyn conviction, the additional sentence lessens the likelihood that he would be released from jail. The federal trials have put a halt to the charges of sexual offenses in Minnesota, but he is still facing them. Citing the prior convictions, Illinois state prosecutors recently withdrew their charges of sexual assault against him. In addition, Judge Leinenweber mandated that Kelly reimburse one of the victims of sexual assault for $42,000 in counseling fees. The goddaughter and the third woman, whose testimony resulted in a conviction, will not get this money. Referred to as Pauline in court, the woman who was ordered to receive the money had claimed that Mr. Kelly had sexually abused her on multiple occasions as a teenager, sometimes even when she was with the goddaughter. The third woman, known as Nia throughout the trial, spoke to Mr. Kelly face-to-face in the courtroom. She described how she first encountered him as a star-struck teenager in a mall when she approached him for an autograph, but that encounter left her completely damaged as a result of the sexual assault. Although Nia claimed she wasn't spiteful or hostile, she firmly believed R. Kelly should use his prison sentence to consider the things he did. But what happened when R. Kelly decided to appeal his conviction in 2024? Let's find out. Kelly's prison term upheld. A federal appeals court decided that the singer R. Kelly was appropriately sentenced to 20 years in prison for his convictions of child sexual assault in Chicago. The Grammy Award-winning R&B artist, born Robert Sylvester Kelly, was found guilty by jurors in 2022 of 3 counts of creating images of child sexual abuse and 3 counts of luring children into having sex. Kelly contended in his appeal that his Chicago case should have been handled under Illinois' previous shorter statute of limitations on child sexual abuse crime prosecutions rather than the current statute, which allows charges to be brought while the accuser is still alive. Additionally, he contended that because of video evidence that became important to the Chicago trial, accusations against one accuser ought to have been tried independently from the charges against the other 3 accusers. According to federal authorities, Kelly was seen abusing a girl in the video. For the first time, the accuser, who would only go by Jane, testified that she was 14 years old when the video was taken. In its decision, the 3-judge panel of the 7th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals, located in Chicago, stated that even after viewing those abhorrent tapes, jurors had found Kelly not guilty on 7 of the 13 counts against him. Kelly claimed that he shouldn't have been charged because the claims happened before Illinois law mandated that charges of child sexual abuse crimes be tried within 10 years. However, the appeals court rejected this argument as well. Kelly employed a complex scheme to keep victims quiet, according to the panel, which described it as an attempt on her part to completely evade the allegations. Kelly's lawyer Jennifer Bonjean said in a written statement that they intend to pursue all of his appellate remedies until we free R. Kelly and ask the U.S. Supreme Court to reconsider the ruling. She said that although they were unhappy with the decision, their battle was far from over. Chicago, where Kelly was born, had prosecutors who had requested a sentence that was even more severe, 25 years. Additionally, they requested that the judge postpone that period of time until Kelly had served out the 30 years that he was given in New York for his federal racketeering and sex trafficking crimes. That request was denied by Judge Harry Leinenweber, who mandated that Kelly serve the 20 years from the Chicago case concurrently with the New York term. Kelly has appealing the New York sentence on its own. During her arguments before the 2nd U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals, Bonjean requested that the panel rule that the singer's prosecution had misused a racketeering provision intended to dismantle organized crime. In the midst of all this has been the rapper 50 Cent. What has 50 Cent got to do with the accusations against Jay-Z and Diddy's recent run-in with the law? What the P&P Diddy now stands for? Meanwhile, 50 Cent believes that Jay-Z is hiding somewhere due to Sean Diddy's legal troubles, even if it means mocking everyone. The 48-year-old rapper never misses an opportunity to voice his opinions on social media. 50's most recent victim is none other than his longtime rival Jay-Z, who is 54 years old. Despite his mystery over the past few years, the founder of Roc Nation has been spotted in high-profile events like the Grammy Awards or next to his wife Beyoncé. Despite this, 50 seems to think that Jay-Z's quiet and distance are intentional given the ongoing sexual assault charges involving Diddy. On Wednesday, May 15th, the Many Men rapper posted an odd close-up picture of Jay-Z's face to his Instagram page. The photo has almost 500,000 likes. The television magnate highlighted that HOV is hibernating. In addition, 50 declared that he would not leave the house until this storm passed, meaning there would be no brunch, lunch, or dinner. With a joyful smile, he typed, "Jay in hibernation, he ain't coming outside till this shit with Puff blow over. No brunch, no lunch, no dinner. LOL, I'm all you got. I'm outside." This less-than-attractive picture of a hip-hop mogul is part of a viral Jay-Z joke on the internet. Combs has changed his name numerous times since the beginning of his career, going by Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, and a variety of other monikers. However, he has now ushered in an unwanted era. On March 25th, U.S. Homeland Security authorities raided two of the rapper's homes in Miami and Los Angeles because he is being accused of a number of different offenses. On May 17th, surveillance footage from a hotel in Los Angeles in March 2016 appeared to show Diddy pursuing Cassie Ventura, who was then his girlfriend, down the hallway before assaulting her near the elevators. Then he makes an attempt to yank her toward his hotel room. He sent an apologetic video to Instagram the next day, calling his acts inexcusable and claiming to have taken full responsibility for his actions in the video. Numerous accusations against Combs stem from the time he established Bad Boy Records, his own record company, in the 1990s. The rapper was sued on November 16, 2023, by his former lover, singer and dancer Cassie Ventura, who claimed years of abuse. Shortly before it expired, it was filed under the New York Adult Survivors Act. This measure gave adult survivors of sexual assault a one-year opportunity, outside of the statute of limitations, to file civil lawsuits. In her lawsuit, she stated that shortly after they met, Combs signed the singer to his label in 2005 at the age of 19, while he was already 37. She claimed that this led the singer into his ostentatious, fast-paced, and drug-fueled lifestyle. According to Miss Ventura, the violence started as soon as their relationship did, and in 2018, when she was attempting to break it off, he broke into her Los Angeles home and sexually assaulted her. Combs apologized in a video he published on May 19th, labeling his behavior inexcusable and declaring that he takes full responsibility for his actions in the video. A day after Miss Ventura filed the complaint, Combs was settled for an undisclosed sum of money. While Combs's lawyer stated that the deal was in no way an admission of wrongdoing and did not alter his rejection of the accusations, Miss Ventura told CNN that she had decided to resolve this matter amicably. Thanks for watching. Before you go, don't forget to like and comment under this video and subscribe to our channel to avoid missing any of our future videos. Click the next video shown on your screen to enjoy more from us.